A video went viral last week. A woman in her late 20s is sitting in her car parked outside a restaurant. She's not crying. She's not angry. She just looks confused.
I just got stood up. Second time this month. We matched on Hinge, talked for a week. He seemed great. We agreed to meet here at 7. It's 7:30. He read my message at 6:50 and nothing since. I don't understand. Why match with someone if you're not going to show up? Why waste my time?
That video has 4 million views. The comments are full of women sharing the same story, and full of men saying, "We're not wasting your time. We're protecting our own." This is the reality of dating in 2026. Not just that men are quitting, but that the ones still trying are showing up differently. They're flakier. They're less invested. They disappear without explanation, and women are left wondering what happened to the men who used to try. Here's what happened. The men who used to try got tired. They got tired of planning dates that went nowhere. They got tired of spending money on dinners where they did all the talking. They got tired of being ghosted after they opened up. They got tired of being told they weren't enough, and the ones who haven't completely quit have learned to protect themselves by never fully showing up. I want to tell you about a guy named Derek. He's 31, lives in Atlanta, works in sales. Derek used to be the guy who showed up early, who brought flowers, who asked thoughtful questions, who followed up the next day. He did everything right, and he got nowhere. He went on 15 first dates in 1 year. He spent over $1,000. He got ghosted 8 times. He was told no spark 4 times. 2 women agreed to second dates and then canceled last minute. 1 woman showed up, ate dinner, and spent the whole time on her phone. At the end of the year, Derek had 0 relationships to show for it. Derek told me, "I realized I was putting more effort into dating than I was into my own life. I was spending all my time and energy trying to impress women who didn't even seem to care if I was there. So I stopped. I didn't delete the apps, I just stopped trying. I still match with women, I still send messages, but I don't plan dates anymore. I don't chase. I don't follow up. If she wants to meet, she can plan it. If she wants to talk, she can text first. I'm done being the only one trying." This is what stop dating looks like for millions of men in 2026. It's not that they've sworn off women forever. It's that they've stopped putting in effort. They've stopped investing. They're still on the apps. They're still matching, but they're not showing up the way they used to, and women can feel the difference. A 2025 study from the Pew Research Center found that among single men who are not actively looking for a relationship, the most common reason wasn't that they were too busy or too focused on their careers. It was that they found dating to be frustrating and exhausting. They didn't say they hated women, they said they were tired. Let me show you what exhaustion looks like for a man in 2026. It looks like opening a dating app, seeing 20 matches, and not messaging any of them because you're tired of sending messages that don't get replies. It looks like agreeing to a date and then hoping she cancels so you don't have to go. It looks like showing up to dinner and realizing halfway through that you'd rather be anywhere else. It looks like going home alone and feeling relieved, not sad. A 26-year-old man in Nashville told me, "I used to get excited about dates. I used to plan outfits. I used to think about conversation topics. Now I show up in whatever I'm wearing. I don't prepare. I don't get my hopes up. I just go through the motions, and if it doesn't work out, I don't care. That's the scary part. I don't care anymore." This is the quiet crisis that nobody is talking about. Men haven't just stopped dating. They've stopped caring about dating. And once a man stops caring, it's very hard to make him start again. A 2024 study from the Journal of Social Psychology found something interesting about why men disengage from dating. It wasn't fear of rejection, it wasn't lack of options, it was something called reward asymmetry. Men felt they were putting in significantly more effort than they were getting back. And when that imbalance continues for long enough, they stop trying. Not because they're lazy, because they're rational. Think about it like this. If you had a job where you worked 40 hours a week and got paid minimum wage, you might stick with it for a while. But if you worked 40 hours and sometimes got paid and sometimes didn't, and your boss never gave you feedback, and every few weeks you got fired for no reason, you would quit. Not because you're lazy, because the job is bad. That's how dating feels to millions of men right now. A bad job with no feedback, no security, and no guarantee that effort leads to anything. A woman named Rachel in Chicago runs a dating coaching business. She works mostly with women, but she started noticing a trend. Her female clients kept saying the same thing. Men aren't trying anymore. They're not planning dates. They're not following up. They're not putting in effort. Rachel decided to ask the men directly. She interviewed 30 single men in their 20s and 30s. One man told her, "I used to plan elaborate dates, dinner reservations, activities, the whole thing. I spent hours getting ready. And half the time she would show up, be on her phone the whole time, and then ghost me after. I realized I was performing for women who weren't even paying attention, so I stopped performing. Now I suggest coffee or a walk. If she wants more, she can plan it." Another man said, "I don't even ask women out anymore. I match. We chat, and I wait to see if she asks me. If she doesn't, I move on. I'm not going to be the only one carrying the conversation anymore." Rachel told me, "The men I talked to weren't angry. They weren't bitter. They were just exhausted. They felt like dating had become a performance where they were expected to do all the work and get none of the reward, so they stopped doing the work." This is the real reason men stopped dating in 2026. Not because they don't want love, not because they're afraid of commitment, but because they got tired of being the only ones trying. They got tired of showing up empty-handed after giving everything. They got tired of a system that asked them to prove themselves over and over again with no guarantee that any of it mattered. Counting, a 33-year-old man in Portland told me, "I haven't been on a date in 8 months, not because I can't get one. I get matches. I could probably go out this weekend if I wanted to. But I don't want to. I don't want to sit across from someone and do the same dance again. Ask the same questions, tell the same stories, pay for the meal, walk her to her car, text her the next day, get a slow fade, repeat. I'm tired of the loop, so I got off the ride." He's not wrong. The loop is exhausting, and the more men experience it, the more they disengage. Not dramatically. Quietly, they stop planning dates, they stop following up, they stop caring. And eventually, they stop showing up at all. If you're a man watching this and you've stopped dating, I see you. You're not broken. You're not lazy. You're just tired of being the only one trying. If you're a woman watching this and you're wondering why men don't put in effort anymore, now you know. They used to. They tried. They showed up. And after enough times of being the only one trying, they stopped. Not because they didn't want love, but because they wanted peace more. And that's the real reason men stopped dating in 2026. This is Men Decoded, where we don't blame men, don't shame women, and don't avoid the truth. We decode it.